All right, let's get to it. TBIC, the best in sports entertainment. We're here live in Partners USA. TNS Media Group is the team and the family. Let's get to it, man. You know, the cash cow is stating that he's coming back to box. He's coming back to, you know, take over the 140-pound division, I believe, 135 pounds, 140-pound division. You know, coming off a draw with a very talented, very skilled Mr. Roach himself. Gervonta Davis is returning. There's been rumors and there's been speculation he's going to fight, you know, Floyd Schofield, Kid Austin. This is a good fight, man. This is a good fight. Maybe a little bit too early for, you know, Floyd, Kid Austin, Schofield. Maybe a little bit too soon for him. I don't know. He gives me, you know, a Sean Porter kind of style who's very, very durable, very strong, but can be hit, has been dropped, has touched the canvas, you know, has showed some glimpses of being very mature in the ring, and he just you know, went up against Tevin Farmer, a very, you know, good veteran, stopping him, I believe, in the first round. My guy Tev, but I don't think he's going to be able to standing there with Tank. I think Tank stops this guy, man. If this fight does happen, Tank will stop him. I believe 6, 7 rounds, maybe 8. It won't go the distance. I don't think Floyd Schofield has the ability to, you know, withstand, you know, Tank's skill and IQ. Tank has been in big fights. Like I said, Floyd hasn't been in a big fight. And it's Floyd Schofield, as I may say. He hasn't been in a big fight. He hasn't fought anyone with the, you know, IQ, ring generalship, you know, someone who's been at the top level for so long. When those lights come on, I think Floyd Schofield is going to be shell-shocked. And what's going to happen is he's going to get hit. He's going to get clipped, you know. And he's going to touch the canvas, and I think he's going to get stopped, as I said. And then you have somebody like Tank. You know, looking at Tank has been through a lot. I think he's back in his place where he has something to prove, I believe. Not per se like, you know, to prove that he's, you know, he's one of the ones, because everybody knows he's one of the ones. But I think he has something to prove to himself that he still can do it. You know, I think he's going to come out and make an example out of Floyd Schofield. If this fight happens, if they make this fight, if they step in the ring and make, I know he's the mandatory and all these things that they're saying and so forth. He's been Tank mandatory for a while, and if he gets that fight with Tank, he will be stopped. He will be, in my opinion. It will be very competitive up until he's stopped, where it gets a little heated between 6th and 7th or 8th round. He'll get caught, because Tank is very good at catching fighters in the exchange, you know, putting them in positions where they can be stopped. Frank Martin was stopped by Tank. And Schofield kind of gives me this, you know, I'm not saying that he's not as good as, or I'm not saying that Frank Martin is better than Schofield. If I had to choose who was probably better, I would probably say Floyd Schofield may edge out Frank Martin a little bit. I would say that. But it's no real big difference between the two, in my opinion, as far as the skill level. I think Schofield seems a little bit more durable as far as his, you know, he's like a Sean Porter kind of fighter. But that's telling me for somebody like Tank, somebody who comes forward, you know, someone who's already touched the canvas, someone who's going to get stopped. So I wouldn't be surprised. And no disrespect to Floyd Schofield. Floyd Schofield is a good fighter, but we're talking about Gervonta Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm happy to see Tank coming back. I think Tank is going to be, you know, up for this fight as far as, you know, energy. If this fight is to happen, I'm not sure. I'm just going off the speculation that I see, but this fight is going to happen. I haven't talked to anyone over at Tank's camp and none of that. I'm just saying, if this fight is going to happen with Floyd Schofield, I'm looking for Tank by stoppage. and that's my opinion. And I think he has something to prove, and I think he's going to get it done if this fight is announced and it happens. So it's TBISC, the best in sports entertainment.